Let's give a round of applause for the Michelson Foundation and their pet inclusive housing initiatives. How many of y'all have been to another event in this space today? Okay, so you know how much I love my sparkle mic. Something really special is about to happen. I'm gonna give it up to the one, the only, Pete from Court.
Who let the dogs out? 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 But the party was nice, the party was pumping. And everybody having a ball.
Let's go, let's go.
Until the fellas started name calling.
All right. Wow, welcome to the 2023 Pet Awards. How we feeling? You guys are live in Huntington Beach. How cool is that? The weather is great. Now, we are going to be live streaming. We're going to go on Insta whatever and Bookface and all that stuff today. So keep your energy up. Let's have a good time. Got 2 questions for you. Who here has a pet? That's what I'm talking about. Who here loves their pet more than their spouse? Yeah. I got the right audience. Hey, you can't have an awards show without the judges. Judy, why don't you start us off? Please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Pete. Is he the most amazing? I mean, look at that jacket. Hi, guys. I'm Judy Bellack. I know a lot of the faces here in the room, and I'm here representing Michelson Found Animals as their industry principal. I'm here really because this is something about which I just have an amazing passion. You guys who know me and follow me on Facebook know that my dogs are everything. I wish I could have them here with me. I'm going to work on that next year. But just thrilled to be here and thrilled to see all the converts we have after the awards on lifting weight and breed restrictions.
And I'm Brian Cooley, and I'm here wearing 2 hats. One as the Advocacy Chair for the Marin Humane Society in Marin County in the San Francisco Bay Area, where our main focus right now, thank you, is all about pet inclusive housing, working a lot with the resources from the Michelson Found Animals Foundation. And also here as a technologist, as an editor at cnet.com, where I'm seeing a lot of smart home tech is being used by some of the operators you're about to learn about to help make their units pet friendly. There's a technology story as well as a policy story here. I find that really exciting.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jennifer Stachokis. I oversee the management company, Western Wealth Communities, based out of Phoenix. And I am here because I like to say I am a dog whisperer. I was the proud parent of a 17-year-old Jack Russell Terrier who passed a couple years ago, but she still holds a place in my heart and was treated as my daughter. And if she were still alive, she absolutely would actually be sitting up here next to me. So super glad to be here.
One more time for our judges. We got a great panel here. All right. My name is Pete Regulus, and why am I here? First of all, I believe that we have one goal, and that's to rent apartments to really find people a home. Do you guys agree? Do you agree with that, right? But we make it difficult. We make it difficult to rent apartments sometimes. So over 70% of American families have a pet. Over 76% of owners-operators believe that they have pet-friendly housing. 72% of renters believe finding truly pet-friendly housing is hard to find. You see the disconnect? And that's why I'm here. You guys ready? Yeah. Let's get this party started. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna announce the category, and then we'll name everybody that's in the category. We'll talk about the winner. You won't know who it is. We'll name the winner, we'll go crazy, we'll watch the video, and then the winners will stand. And then we'll get applause and love and all that. And then afterwards, we have this beautiful step and repeat. We don't want a crazy picture up on the stage. We want it out there in the sunshine where everybody can see you. So that's how we're gonna handle that. We good with that? Oh, and they get an award. Carol, you're supposed to show them the award. You guys won't be able to see this. This is an NFT award, and you get a plaque, and the dog is moving in this thing. It's super cool, super cool. All right, here we go. Oh, and if you're the what is the category? Most pet inclusive company, you will receive a $1,500 award that you can donate to an animal organization, a nonprofit organization, and that's all made possible by Michelson Found Animals. Here we go. Let's get this party started. Okay, I'm a little nervous because we're getting ready to get into the categories. Judges, are you ready? Ready. Okay.
Ready.
Let's see if I can do this with or without glasses. Okay, most creative pet-centered event, right? The finalists are Carter Haston, Gables Residential, J.C. Hart, P.B. Bell, RKW Residential, Swiss Village, and West Corp Management. All right, Judy, we're going to talk about the winner, and then we'll show the video.
We are, and hopefully I will be able to do this without giving away the winner. We, as you just heard, we had a lot of really amazing nominees in this category. What we liked about the winner, and we all voted independently and came up with the winners really easily. What we liked about this winning submission was that they really brought all the goods, right? I mean, they not only had an amazing event that was very special for the community, but that also was all about safety for dogs. And they had the treats, they had the photographs, they had the people, they had the participation, everything that you can think of. So I'm not going to tell you too much more because the video does say it all, but here we go.
Okay, other thoughts about that winner?
Yes, I would love to talk a little bit about it. The thing that I loved about this video is that they actually gave back that which wasn't used. I hope I'm not giving that away too much, but it was a really very well thought out event, and it was well executed, and I say bravo.
Yeah, I think the message here is we have events all the time. You have a pet event, people will come, right? Raise your hands, do you love your pets? If I had a pet event right over here, would you go? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is the most creative pet-centered event. Ladies and gentlemen, J.C. Hart. Woo! Let's watch the video.
Partnering with the Humane Society of Hamilton County, J.C. Hart hosted a microchipping event for our residents' pets. Having your pets microchipped is so important, especially if they are little escape artists. To help protect our four-legged residents, we funded 100 microchips, and Humane Society of Hamilton County offered discounted rates on any extra microchips to our residents.
The event was hosted by one of our Carmel communities, Legacy Towns and Flats, on a sunny Saturday in June. There were treat bags filled with goodies sponsored by Three Dog Bakery and Hollywood Feed. Residents from all J.C. Hart communities were encouraged to come out if their pets needed microchipping.
In addition to giving to our residents and their furry family members, we were able to give back to the Humane Society for Hamilton County in the way of gift bags, microchips, and treats, all for use at their shelter. With our pet inclusive policies, we were thrilled to see so many different sizes and breeds coming in for microchips. It was also great to see a variety of cats and even a rabbit. The Humane Society of Hamilton County was also able to help determine if certain pets already had microchips and how the resident would be able to update their information.
As fervent pet lovers, we love partnering with the Humane Society of Hamilton County while also giving back to our residents. And we're so excited to continue our partnership throughout the year.
We were so honored to be asked to participate in a Michelson Found Animals case study about our pet inclusivity and adoption awareness. We look forward to furthering our efforts and providing an enjoyable living experience for our residents and their furry family members.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for J.C. Hart, the most creative pet-centered event. Judy, I know we're gonna move on, but there was a theme there, right? And they partnered with the Humane Society, and they were giving back. I mean, there was a lot going on there.
Yeah, they're giving back. And you mentioned earlier, Pete, that only 8% of units in the United States are free from restrictions, and J.C. Hart is one of those companies.
Nice. Thank you, J.C. Hart.
And there's such a theme there that you're going to see throughout a number of the nominees in the awards where you've got two organizations working together that are both in the world of housing. Housing pets and housing people, housing pets and people. When I see a housing company work with a humane society or a shelter, I see a harmony there. It's great to work with pet supplies in your area, groomers, what have you. But when I see both of these housing constituents work together, there's just magic there. It's just great to see that.
Okay, we ready for number two? The award number two. Okay, here we go. The most successful Adopt a Pet event or program. And the finalists are Fidus Pet Concierge Communities, and the management group. Okay, Brian, let's talk about it.
So this was interesting because it is all based on the idea of fostering. And fostering is such a powerful thing going on in the animal welfare and sheltering space in the last number of years, 5, 6, 7. It's really become more about not how big can our shelter be, how much can we bring in, how well can we house the animals here, but how much can we turn the community into a virtual shelter? Because if you've ever been to a shelter, you've done adoption, you know animals act a little differently in shelters. It's not the optimal place for them. In homes, your homes are where they do their best. And so when we see something that is based on fostering and working, in this case, with an amazing number of local humane societies that you're about to see, and you're going to see a couple of nice financial incentives in there that are very, very innovative. This was a killer idea.
I like it. Judges, anything else to add before we watch the video?
I think they did an amazing job with communication to the residents too. There was weekly communication, and I just think they fully committed to the initiative and pulled it off.
Yeah, and one thing I would add is our own research shows that if there are no restrictions, apartment residents, 35% say they would get another pet. So when a community has an event like this that fosters foster, it introduces people to that. And what I think you're going to see is more pets being adopted, a lot of foster fails because they're going to keep those pets. So, and like you said, really innovative and a game changer.
You all know what a foster fail is, right? When you foster and you keep them. That's a great fail.
That's a great fail. Hey,
Keep failing that way.
From the video, what was the retention rate? It went from 50% up to what? What was the rate? Yell it out. 80%. Let that soak in a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the winner for the most successful Adopt a Pet event or program, Fidus Pet Concierge Communities. Give it up for them. All right, Fidus, there you go. Let's watch the video.
Fidus communities are more than dog-friendly apartments. We strive to help get more dogs into loving forever homes. As we partner with 80 local rescues and shelters, we realized their desperate need for more foster homes on a regular basis. We had to do something. And that's when we began our Fidus Foster Program. Each Thursday, we send our residents a newsletter featuring 12 amazing dogs that need a temporary home through our partner animal rescues and shelters. To encourage fostering, Fidus Communities waives all pet-related fees for the first 2 dogs per resident per year. With no added financial obligations and a few extra paws in the home, our residents are helping to save the lives of dogs who otherwise were alone and scared, with the potential of euthanasia looming over their heads. The Fidus Foster Program is an absolute game changer in the world of animal organizations and our properties. And we've already welcomed foster dogs onto our properties. We can't wait to welcome even more.
Foster program is amazing. We just rolled it out about 3 or 4 weeks ago now. The goal is to get shelters and get all the rescues emptied out. If you want to foster a dog, we have a whole list of rescues, shelters that we work with.
Okay.
And we waive all of our registration fees.
That's awesome.
We do everything that we can in order to make sure that they can bring the dog in as seamlessly as possible. And when we have our on-site facility here, they're going to get free daycare days. That way we can start socializing the dogs.
Yeah.
And all of my staff is trained, so they're going to be helping with training and getting the dogs acclimated if they have special needs or anything like that.
The Fidus mission is to develop best-in-class apartment homes that welcome dogs of all breeds and sizes, to create a safe haven for all friendly dogs, regardless of breed or size. Fidus actively partners with 70 of DFW's top shelters, rescues, and foster networks, enabling our residents to save lives.
Wow, give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Fidus Pet Concierge Communities are the most successful Adopt a Pet program. Great job, guys. Wow, I think about all the places that say we're pet friendly. I watch these 2 videos now, I go, ooh, the bar is raising, folks. The bar is getting higher. Let's go. Yes, there was a jacket change. Relax, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. All right, award number 3. The Outstanding Pet Citizen. This is one of my favorites just because I love the title. Let's see. The finalists are the Management Group and Fidus Pet Concierge Communities.
So this was a tough one, but I have to say, what is not to love about a canine ambassador and actually a backup pet to be on property? So this is a really great way to show off the property and apartments. They take them on all of the tours. It truly shows how pet inclusive they are. And it also provides that calming environment when people come into the office. So I can't wait for you to see who the winner is.
Any additional thoughts before we name the winner? I'm getting nervous. All right, let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, the most outstanding pet citizen award goes to the management group. Yeah. Let's watch the video.
Meet Cusco, one of our furry friends in the office at Soto in Duluth, Georgia. Cusco has made a huge impact in the leasing office. You can see here he enjoys walking around the community with his dad, our rock star manager, going on tours of the model, and really creating a segue to talk to our prospects about our amazing inclusive pet policy. Overall, he provides a calming presence when residents and prospects come into the office. Meet Coda, another one of our community office dogs. Here at the management group, we encourage all of our team members to bring in their furry friends to the office. Here is our amazing manager at the Crest at Ackworth in Ackworth, Georgia, bringing Coda to the office. Similar to Cusco, Coda has also made a huge difference in the leasing environment. By welcoming prospects and residents as they enter the office, his small but mighty personality definitely create good vibes when residents come in to have those sometimes difficult conversations. As you can tell here, Coda is always the star of the show.
Wow. Congratulations to the management group, the Outstanding Pet Citizen Award. Anybody here from the management group? Well, you gotta stand so we can, yeah. Good job, guys. I did want to ask you, just maybe Judy or Jennifer, more from a marketing aspect. Just think about having this dog, and the name of the dog, it's going to be like famous in that market, right? We're looking at 8, 10, 12 different apartments that are in the same location, the same price. What's going to stand out? Jennifer, what do you think?
I'm going to remember those dogs.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and that's where I want to live.
Yeah, I think every video we're watching, guys, is not meant to, it's meant to celebrate these guys, but we want you to watch it and learn something. Mm-hmm. Take a note, reach out to Judy, and she'll get you connected to any one of the winners. Because I think this is supposed to be a takeaway, right? So we can actually do something with this.
Yeah, no doubt. And I just wanted to add that there's so much science that demonstrates that the presence of an animal, a pet, is so good for us in so many ways. It lowers our heart rate. It's calming. And so I love the idea of dog ambassadors in the office because, when people are looking for an apartment, you guys know this better than anybody, it's stressful. And so they come in, if they're an animal lover, oh my gosh, they're greeted by this furry little 4-pawed, adorable animal. And who doesn't love that and remember it? Mm-hmm.
And this is an interesting, speaking of learning and takeaways, this is an example of a company that's taken learnings either inadvertently or intentionally from the banking industry and the automotive retail industry, where they're trying very hard to change the temperature and the nature of the on-site experience. Whether you go buy a car these days, and it's very different. You're not sitting across the desk all the time with a salesman or a financial manager. Or if you go to a bank, you can't tell if it's a coffee shop or a bank anymore. I mean, half of these places look like a Starbucks that happens to have a teller. It's all about intentionally rewriting all that feng shui when you go in there to say, we have a relationship with you, not just a transaction with you. And this is a great example of that.
Okay, let's go on to the next award. The most innovative pet amenity or amenity group. Finalists are Binge and Held, CIG Communities, Fidus Pet Concierge Communities, and the management group. Brian, what do you think?
This is an example where you're going to see as much of a focus, if not more, on how people live, as opposed to not just on how the pets live with people in the facility, in the housing. And you're also going to see an interesting technology story here, like I mentioned a little earlier, a nice use of smart home technology. And you're just going to see an array, almost a 360 of offerings that blew my mind, to be quite honest. I can't put it any other way.
Any other thoughts before we watch? We want to watch it, don't we?
We want to watch
We want to watch it. The most innovative pet amenity or amenity group. The winner is Fidus Pet Concierge Communities. Way to go, guys. Let's watch the video.
At Fidus Apartment Communities, our philosophy is simple. We think you and your dog deserve more support, freedom, and flexibility, not less. We aren't just dog-friendly, we're dog-focused. And if you're a dog lover, you found the best place on earth to call home. We have no breed or size restrictions. Instead, our experts temperament test each dog during the application process. All friendly dogs are accepted. Aggressive dogs are not accepted, regardless of breed or size. And our apartment homes come with doggy doors, yards, pet-focused check packages, and on-site services.
Available now, a separate on-site staff solely dedicated to our furry residents, Fidus Pet Concierge, will be available Monday through Friday, offering our residents a full-service team conveniently ready to perform dog-related services they can easily book via the free Fidus app. Services include dog walking, in-unit check-ins, feedings, and even personal transportation from their apartment to our partner doggy daycare for a day of play or nights away in boarding. Fidus Services allows our residents to make guilt-free, spontaneous choices by providing on-demand dog care available at the click of a button. Fidus gives our residents more time to enjoy their busy lives by eliminating driving to and from doggy daycare. Fidus Pet Concierge is an innovative pet amenity that eliminates schedule restrictions and allows our residents to live a balanced life of spontaneity and freedom, knowing their dog can be cared for by the click of a finger on the Fidus app.
I want to live there. I want to live there.
I know. I want to be someone's dog there. I was just thinking. I'm in the wrong line of work. I need a tail.
Congratulations, Fidus Pet Concierge Community's most innovative pet amenity. Nice job, guys. Okay, we're on to award number 5. It's only 7, guys, so we're, but we got some surprises at the end. Here we go. Number 5, the most innovative pet marketing campaign. Finalists are Fidus Pet Concierge Communities, Fitzrova, Gables Residential, and Presidium. Oh, what? Presidium? Say it again. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, I like it. All right. Jennifer.
All right, let's talk about this one. So I've spent a lot of my career in marketing, so this one was near and dear to my heart. This was definitely a comprehensive pet program that featured welcome kits, community events with a mission, which I loved. They had some partnerships put in place and so much more. And it's really something that you will be impressed by. I am certain of that.
You guys like to watch the video and then you want to chime in. Okay, I got you. Most innovative pet marketing campaign, the winner is Gables Residential. Are you here, Gables? Okay, we're going to have you stand in a minute. Let's watch the video. Ladies and gentlemen, the most innovative pet marketing campaign, Gables Residential. Stand up, guys. There you go. Now don't forget, we want all the winners. There's a step and repeat back there. You go back, get your pictures made. You will interview you, make a big deal out of all this. Okay, wow. So pet marketing campaign, we're here to rent apartments, find people homes. We've already mentioned that shopping, looking for apartments, it all looks the same. This definitely makes it different, doesn't it, Judy?
I have one word, pup dates. Absolutely genius. No, I mean, it really makes such a difference. And people remember it, Pete. And we had a chance to sit down with Alyssa Chappell, who runs the Pause to Care program for Gables. And it's such a well-rounded, robust program. And like Jennifer said, with a mission in mind.
Pete, do you really change your jacket every award?
I
just noticed you've got another one.
I thought I snuck that one in.
Did I miss? I don't know how you do it. I want to make sure that people caught it because it was kind of hard to see in the video that what they do is the Gables properties compete to raise money for training medical service animals. Recently raised a current total of $25,000, and that's what trained a medical service animal. It's a very expensive proposition, and that was the dog you saw at the end, Nova. So that's a real concrete thing that was accomplished and is still going. That's great.
And I think employees feel good about that too, right? That's it. I mean, there's just everything about this is good. Okay, can we get the Instagram thing ready? Because we're going to go live to, I believe, England, right? Our next special recognition is our first international entry, Maidstone Borough Council. Is that right?
That is correct.
Where are they from?
They are from Kent, the UK, United Kingdom.
Well, just wave. Now, wave to everybody in the crowd. You got to stand up. You got to turn around. There you go. Oh, look at those people. There we go. Yay! All right. They're sleeping now, but it's okay.
They are sleeping now, and we're sorry they could not be with us, but we absolutely wanted to give them a special recognition during the awards because, first of all, they're our first international submission. So, yay, we're international now, guys. That's really cool. They also are a really great example of the effort to keep people and pets together, which is, again, what Michelson Found Animals Pet Inclusive Housing Initiative is all about and what these awards are all about. So they are a local government district in Kent, England. In 2021, they adopted the John Chadwick Pet Policy. That was named for an unhoused gentleman who was denied housing because he had 3 pets, 2 Jack Russells, Theo and Tinkerbell, and Gizmo the cat. That makes me so sad. He was denied. So the policy ensures that temporary housing that allows pets until pet-friendly permanent housing is available. So it's a really amazing social solution. The effort is underway to enact the policy nationwide in the UK. And we really want to take a moment to recognize Dee Bonnet, who led this UK effort, who is not here. But it takes a lot of time and effort to push an effort like this forward. And take a moment to think about if you're an unhoused person, you are likely already experiencing and have experienced some great trauma in your life. And now you have the opportunity to go into housing, and there's a possibility that you're going to experience more trauma by being separated by your family members, which are often probably the only family members.
Yeah, anybody who's in that world will say you get very unmoored when you're in that situation, when you have to separate from your pet, or you don't. And now you remain in a situation that's untenable because of housing reasons. It's just that you can't win. What's interesting about this one also, as Judy was describing, is as you are offered permanent housing, if you're an unhoused person in Maidstone and perhaps soon nationwide there, you can say no to the first one and not be considered some kind of a non-compliant applicant. You can say, no, I want to go back to the Borough, and can you find another one for me? And that's no longer considered being non-compliant. It's now fine. We'll go do that. That's a very reasonable approach.
Yeah, very forward-thinking too.
All right, we're going to wrap this to the final award, and we're going to do this one a little bit differently. This is for the most pet-inclusive company, and there's a big difference between pet-friendly and pet inclusivity. So, Judy, why is this award? This is what this is all about.
This is what this is all about. So I mentioned earlier, only 8% of rental housing units in the U.S. are free of restrictions. Not quite yet there.
Not yet.
I'm not dead yet. So this award is really all about that, right? This award is to highlight those companies the finalists who stand out because they have no weight restrictions, they have no breed restrictions, and they are welcoming of all pets. I do want to point out that, because I have operators ask me this from time to time, the fact that we are advocating that you embrace all pets, regardless of breed or size, does not mean we advocate that you have an aggressive dog on your property, right? If you are aware of aggression, if there is an act of aggression, you should not have that dog on your property. But we are saying, please measure that by the individual dog. So to talk a little bit more about this, so, when we think about restrictions, something I always like to point out is, if you just look at the American Kennel Club top 10 breed list every year, it stays pretty static. And if you look at it this year, what you see is that 6 of those top 10 most popular breeds in the U.S. could not live at most of your communities because they're over 35 or 40 pounds and they are a restricted breed. So we're talking about a golden retriever, a Labrador, a standard poodle, an English bulldog.
Whoa. A poodle?
A poodle.
That's un-American, ladies and gentlemen. We can't have that. Really?
I agree. And Pete, that doesn't even address the fact that the most popular type of dog in the U.S. is a mixed breed, right? So, and so we're talking about the mixed breeds out there that are bigger and might look scary to some people, right? And so it's a lot of people you're turning away, and you're narrowing your lead gen funnel when you do that. So we are giving major kudos to these companies for not doing that. And then the last stat I'll throw out there for you is that we have data that shows that 54% of dogs in the U.S. are over 35 pounds. So think about that. There are a lot of dogs. It's the top type of pet. It's the most common pet, and 54% of them are likely over your weight limit. So just something to think about as we talk about the finalists in this category.
All right, we're going to move forward with this, but I just want you to think about the awards we're going to have next year, and will you be on one of these videos? But what are you going to change and do differently? We're going to do something different here. We're going to watch all 4 of the finalist videos, but I want you just to think about, what could I do differently? You may not be able to adopt everything that some of these guys have done, but you certainly could do more than what you're doing today. Is that a fair statement? Now, Judy would say, no, do it all and do it all now.
Do it all.
Do it all. All right, here we go.
Listen, ease into it, but, move in that direction.
Our finalists for the most pet inclusive company, let me read the 4 names and then we'll talk about each one. Bar Down Investments, Fidus Pet Concierge Communities, Paradigm, and TMG. Brian, let's talk about Bar Down Investments first.
Bar Down's interesting because one of the things I liked about it, this is an investment fund investing in multifamily. No breeder weight restrictions, using pet interviews instead, which we've seen as a burgeoning theme in the industry and one that we thoroughly encourage and has good, sound science behind it. They partner with local shelters to support their no-fee adoption programs. That's very important. This is an interesting side take. They have vegan models and vegan furniture in the common areas. So the model units in the common areas are all vegan. A nice parallel theme there going on as well. And their maintenance team also volunteers hours helping to do repairs and maintenance at local shelters. And who is better than your maintenance teams, right? Because they know how to handle big, complicated, high-quality facilities. They go out and do that for a shelter. Believe me, shelters love that.
Wow. Can we, one more time for the maintenance guys? One more time. And gals. Let's watch the Bar Down Investments video. Okay, that's finalist number one. Any other things we want to point out about that video? Again, we're up here to give you takeaways, right? To go back to your properties and to do something different. Anything else we want to point out? Are we good? All right, let's go on to, let's talk about Fidus Pet Concierge. Let's talk about it, Jennifer.
Absolutely. So this one, when I first watched this video, I had to call Judy and say, is this for real?
You did.
It really kind of blew my mind. So it really speaks for itself, but I will say it's absolutely an amazing pet-centered company with pet-centered amenities, activities, and inclusiveness to all pets. And I just can't think of anything not to love about it.
Let's check out the video and look for ideas of things you could do at your properties next week.
Fidus Pet Concierge Communities is the first dog-centric multifamily company that targets to have 100% dog owner residents and solve every pain point for our residents. We approach breed and size inclusion differently from the rest of the multifamily industry. We accept all breeds and sizes, but we added temperament testing during the application process to ensure only friendly dogs are accepted. Given our unique approach to accepting all friendly dogs regardless of breed or size, when people go to DFW shelters to surrender their dogs because of housing restrictions, our DFW shelter partners refer these people to one of our Fidus properties. Additionally, any current resident at a Fidus property can foster any dog from a partner, rescue, or shelter, and we will pay all third-party registration costs and waive all property-related fees during the foster period. Our objective is to provide the residents of Fidus the best of both worlds. At Fidus Community, residents can truly live their best lives with their dogs, but they can also resume living an independent and spontaneous lifestyle due to the combination of our dog-centric apartment features, property amenities, and most importantly, our Fidus Concierge dog services. Our residents use the Fidus app to order pickup and drop-offs for doggy daycare, boarding, dog walks, and in-unit feedings. We have created the newest, latest, greatest luxury service amenity, on-site, on-demand dog concierge services. Fidus Communities are focused on rebuilding community on our properties. We host several dog-inclusive events each month that include yappy hours, movie nights with your dog, morning dog walks, and training sessions. We host regular adoption events at our properties, and we install upscale dog parks with ample shaded seating for our residents to hang out and make new friends. After all, dogs are the best social icebreakers. To ensure Fidus Communities remains clean and peaceful, we use a combination of property-wide technologies and resident policies that are strictly enforced. Each Fidus property has a separate Fidus staff that includes on-site Fidus Concierge and the Fidus staff that deliver the services. The Fidus on-site team is completely separate from the property management company's on-site team. We are proud to be the first dog-centric multifamily company, and we hope others follow our lead.
Wow, give them a round of applause. Let me just ask you, is that all you guys do? That's it? I mean, that's it, huh? Okay. All right, if you think that's going to win, no, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. They do a great job. They do a great job. Let's go on to Judy. Let's talk about, Judy, let's talk about Paradigm.
That would be Paradigm.
Paradigm. Oh,
Hi, Karen.
Yeah. That's why I got the glasses on. I still can't read it.
Yeah, it's little print. I gave you little print, Pete. It's okay. So Paradigm, this is a really cool story. I think a lot of you know Karen Casso, who's out there somewhere from Paradigm. Just a year ago, Paradigm made this change and lifted their restrictions. They actually already accepted large dogs, but then they lifted their breed restrictions and implemented great communication across their portfolio with their teams, with their residents. And it's the whole package. I'm just so impressed with what they've done in a year's time, and you'll see it in the video. But they've been able to demonstrate new types of pets in, a positive team response, pet partnerships with local area merchants and trainers, pet events, a marketing program, a giving back program, incredible pet amenities, which is somewhat challenging at times for Paradigm because they are really a strong urban portfolio, so they don't have the spaces that more suburban garden-style communities will have, but they have really done an absolutely great job of embracing pet inclusiveness and becoming pet inclusive.
That brings up a good point. There's always a lot of barriers. Well, we can't do this because of that, right? And I think what we need to show, we've seen in the other sessions, we need to show our owners on a spreadsheet why this is valuable, and then they'll figure out how to do it, right? They will definitely get it done.
Where there's a will, there's a way,
Yeah,
especially in this
absolutely.
industry. We can move mountains.
And I think, too, I loved the fact that they're thinking about future design on this one. And they had an eye with the pet included in future design. Really cool.
Where are my paradigm people? I would like to just apologize profusely. I got paradigm. Now I've got it. I got it in my head. Let's watch the video. Wow, nice job. Nice job. 70% of U.S. families have a pet, and we could use more qualified leads. We could use more residents, right? They're speaking to that population. That's a great job. Great job. Our final finalists for the most pet inclusive company. Let's talk about the management group.
The management group. So if you guys were here last year, you'll recognize this company because they are repeat entry and finalist in this category. So the management group, I want to say, lifted their restrictions about 5 years ago. They've seen extraordinary results. They have embraced pet inclusivity in such a huge way. And again, like the other finalists, we are seeing great pet amenities, great pet events, great missions around adoption, you name it, they are doing it. We are also seeing something a little bit unique with TGM in that they have realized so much increased NOI due to greater retention from pet parents that they have eliminated pet rent.
Everybody, say it again so they can just hear it. Let it sink in.
No pet rent,
Yeah.
which, listen, if you are luxury, class A, market rate, go for it. People are willing to pay those rates, right? But that's not everyone out there. And I absolutely love that TGN looked at this, said, okay, we are putting so much to the bottom line because we're paying less in turn costs, less in vacancy loss, that we're going to get rid of pet rent. And I think it's why they have such a high retention rate among their pet owners, because they're almost everybody is charging pet rent these days. So it absolutely makes a difference. So we should watch the video.
One of the comments Jamin said, he said, I drove into the apartment community, and I would drive in there every day, and I'd look in the gym, empty. I look at the pool, kind of empty, maybe on a Sunday. I look at the dog park, packed. And he said, I want to start investing in where my residents and their furry family friends are, and that's where this all started.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's watch their video.
Chuck, and I'm with the management group. Come take a peek inside of our pet-friendly communities.
We offer a pet inclusive policy with no breed restrictions, no weight limit, and no pet rent. At each of our communities, you will find pet weigh stations and complimentary doggy bags. And with the help of Poop Prints, we're able to keep our communities clean. We have a seamless pet application process with the help of pet screening. And we welcome all pets on all of our tours and in our leasing offices. Not only do we provide our humans with a welcome home gift, but also our furry friends. At each of our communities, you will find our bark parks with plenty of interactive toys. We also have community pet stations at each of our offices with pet bandanas, water bowls, and plenty of treats. We host monthly community pet events. Let's take a look at a few of our most recent events. Pupnik, themed pet photo shoots, and pet treat trailers. Now let's talk about our new pet adoption initiative.
We are thrilled to announce at the management group, in honor of National Adopt a Pet Day on April 30th, for the entire month of April, we will be waiving all pet fees for any adopted pets.
Providing homes to all pets has made a huge impact at our communities. It is our joy to give our residents and their pets a place to call home. Here at the management group, we are extremely proud of our inclusive pet policy.
Let's give it up for the management group. All right, I'm getting word here from my earpiece. I don't have an earpiece, I'm making that up. But there are 2 winners, right? We're gonna have 2 winners. What's going on, Judy?
I know, we are going to have 2 winners in this category. And it was really, really tough because as you guys can see, these are all incredibly strong finalists in this category. And so at the end of the day, we decided we were going to recognize 2 grand prize winners here for the reason that it does, first of all, it deserves recognition. It deserves amplification. And these 2 companies are, doing so many of the same things, but a little bit differently. We have one company that is just an incredibly strong innovator. We have another company who's been doing this for a while and has, really thought out from a financial perspective how to impact residents as well. Anything that you 2 would like to add here?
I just liked how if I have it correct, that thing that was mentioned at the end about waiving the pet fee. There's no pet rent, of course, but waiving the fee. That was for animals that you had proof were not purchased from a breeder or a retail store. I like that.
I love that.
I like that angle.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And I'm afraid if I say too much, I'm going to give it away. But both of these winners have certainly set the bar for next year.
All right, before we announce the 2 winners, I just want to see from the audience, what did you learn today? What do you want to do differently? I want to come to this table right here. I know you guys have been listening. What are you going to do differently? Just shout it out to me. Let's just say it really loud. Just say it.
Everything.
It's going to do everything.
Everything.
All right, I like it.
Woo.
What else? Who else is going to do something different? One idea.
I'm going to change jackets every day, every minute. But also, we already are no breed restrictions, no weight restrictions. PMG.
Woo! PMG in the house.
What I want to do is we're going to do better outreach marketing. We haven't been doing a great job of actually promoting that to the community. So we're going to do a much better job. Thank you for inspiring us, y'all.
Okay, she said y'all. I love that. Who else? Who else has got something? Who's going to do something different? There was a lot of great ideas. The whole purpose of us doing this was, one, to be on stage, because that's kind of cool, but was to share ideas and do something different, right? 70% of the U.S. population, those family residences, have a pet. How many of those people love their pet? All of them, right? And then 72% say it's hard to find pet-friendly housing.
Correct.
Truly pet-friendly, right?
Pet friendly, and listen, it's a big disconnect, guys. I can't drive it home enough. We think we're pet friendly in the industry. When you ask renters, they say no. pet-friendly housing is hard to find because they're defining it differently than we're defining it in the industry. When they mean pet-friendly, they mean whatever dog or cat I have, you guys are going to take it.
That's pet inclusive. Yeah.
Pet inclusive. All right, 2 more messages and we're going to do this. There's a QR code on your table that have all these stats we've been quoting. It's all right here. Michelson Found Animals put together this pet inclusive housing report. It's all right in there. Well, go ahead.
Just one last note. So Pete mentioned at the top that you guys will be receiving your awards. We're going to go to the step and repeat in the back and take some pictures. But after we do announce the grand prize award winners, we'd actually like for all of the winners to come up, who are here, to come up on stage, and we'd like to get a group photo. So.
And we always do a fun photo too, so winners be ready. All right, I need a drum roll, please. Let's get a drum roll. Let's get loud. So get this on video. Here we go. Drum roll, ladies and gentlemen, the most pet inclusive company, and there'll be 2 of them. The winners are Fidus Pet Concierge Communities and the Management Group. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Give it up for them. Thank you all for being here. I hope you learned something. I hope you will be pet inclusive. If we could have the winners come up here, and then judges, you guys are the best. Much better than those other panelists, whatever they are doing.
Well, and Pete, nobody's going to have an MC like you, honey.
That's what I'm talking about.
Is that the last jacket?
Yeah.
There's always
We need
more.
to supplement the wardrobe.
You can turn it inside out. It's a whole new jacket. You know?
All right, winners, we only have 2 or 3 minutes of stage time before they kick us out, so come on up. Great job, guys.
Who let the dogs out?
Yeah, play that music.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?